Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Motormouth Broadcasting, and welcome into the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship, brought to you by the Roasted Record down in Florida. We're in tonight for Season 4, Round 4, live from Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin, as we head to Road America, one of the longest circuits on the calendar this season. It's a track that'll offer up a lot of different challenges to these drivers here tonight as we go racing for 60 minutes around one of the homes of sports car racing in the US of A. Hamish Rono here with you alongside Jim Cunningham once again here tonight on Motormouth Broadcasting. Jim, it's a great time when we get to come to Cheese Country. We'll see if anyone out there is going to melt under the pressure, or if they're going to maybe give us a good little bite of action across the next 60 minutes here out at Road America.
That's how it's going to go tonight, right off the bat like that?
And off the board, if you will.
Yes, indeed, off the board, exactly. Yes, we are definitely in the land of brats and cheese. Beautiful, yes. Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, Road America. Easily, arguably one of, the very best road circuits in America.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's all. It really kind of comes down to personal preference, I think, in a lot of those situations. But absolutely fantastic course. Tight, but well known for multi-class racing, and we're bound to see a little bit of a show tonight. Hopefully, with a little less drama than we've had in the past couple of weeks. We can.
Well, seeing as we've been to Long Beach and Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez the last 2 weeks, chaos has really been the narrative, hasn't it, Jim?
It has indeed.
I think tonight, though, with Road America, obviously, this is a circuit that drivers have had a lot of laps around, but it's a nice wide circuit, plenty of runoff. I think if they're having troubles dictating the traffic tonight, that's a skill issue on the driver more so than on the track, I think, because they've got no excuses to not be able to filter through slower traffic. This is one of the best places for it. This and Sebring are probably two of the best full-time road courses for traffic management alone. So I think the drivers should have plenty of opportunity, and I don't think that's going to be a major factor tonight in terms of incidents happening, but I've been proven wrong before. I may be proven wrong again.
Right. Yeah, to be honest, I was a bit surprised by the amount of chaos we saw last week. Excuse me. But I will say that by the same token, I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised by the incidents. I was surprised by the type of incidents that we had. So many where we just had, people just completely missing their brake markers and just, wiping someone out. Not your casual hard racing kind of stuff. Just, I don't know, lapse in judgment kind of things. I don't know. Is I guess what I'd call it. Let's take a look here as they're just finishing qualifying and they're gonna head out into a little warm up session. Let's take a look at the track map around beautiful Road America here.
Well, it's a circuit we've been to many, many times here on the channel, called Many Races up in, well, not too far away from the mid-lake in between Michigan and Wisconsin itself. We're pretty much directly across from Detroit over here in Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin, of course. And for Road America, it's a long circuit of, well, feels like three different track types rolled into one. You're starting on the highest point of elevation around here on the start line for the main straight and running up towards the hard braking zone of turn one. Good passing opportunity early, but also an opportunity for drivers to get into incidents. Then running back down the hill through 2 and 3, where drivers often will try and go for moves down the inside, and it doesn't blow up nearly as much as what it can do up at 1, but it certainly has got its share of incidents happening. Then we run down towards turn 4, where under brakes again, you can get yourself some good passing opportunities as you start to rise back up the hill towards the blind turn 5, where as you come up over the crest, if a car's spun around in front of you, you don't know where they are, and you've kind of just got to make a judgment call as you're running it then up towards turn 6 and then down the hill down towards turn 7, where again, passing opportunity aplenty. Maximizing your run through turn 6 gets you a good opportunity down at 7, and before the run around the carousel at turn 8 and 9. Then we run into the final sector of the circuit down towards the lowest point in terms of elevation, down at Canada Corner after the Forest, and then the run up through Thunder Valley and up towards the final few corners as well. The biggest passing opportunity down there is definitely Canada Corner at the end of the Forest section. Hard under brakes, can get a job done. 160 feet of elevation changes around the 4-mile circuit here at Road America, of course, and you can see the significance of it. It's built pretty much on the crest of a hill where the highest point is up at the start finish line. The lowest point, as I said, turn 12 down at Canada Corner. It's a long circuit. It's a circuit that has really feels like 3 different racing circuits in one, Jim. You've got a little bit of everything around here, and it's one of which that will test the drivers tonight, but gives plenty of opportunity for traffic filtering between the GT3 classes and the GT4s out there.
Yeah, obviously the hot turning or the hot passing zones on this track are going to be here at the end of the long front straight at turn 1. Is a pretty good passing opportunity. Turn 5 is probably the most, arguably the most popular or favorite passing zone on the track. Definitely a situation where you can miss your brake marker there and run deep and run it off track. And you see a lot of incidents there with people trying to pass. I tell you what, while we got a second here, let's take a look at the points as they stand right now. We'll start off here with the pro class.
Of course, Ricardo Delgado got great points over the last few weeks, 424 points. In fact, he leads the championship race, but it was Derek Fulker who made the most of last time out at Mexico City. He's gained a bulk amount of points, now up to 380. He's only 44 points adrift of the championship leader. Daniel Schmall, not too far behind him, 372 points, with Justin Bock and Michael Anderson making up our top 5. Brett Thurman ahead of Scott Petrone and Francis Crosby. With missing last week, Nathan Biggett is now down to P9 in the championship on 269 nice points for himself, just ahead of Tyler Merritt on 224 to make up our top 10 for the GT3 Pro class. Over to the Pro-Ams, well, it is the Australian Michael Caffrey in dominant form at this stage. He is currently 78 points ahead of Harrison Holiday, with Justin Welsh and Philip Caffrey making up the top 4. Tiebacks are tied on points with Philip Caffrey, so we'll see which one of those guys can really take advantage of tonight's event here at Road America. Jason Holland, Kurt Basler, ahead of David Steiner, Zach Houston, and Stephen Smith makes up the top 10 for the Pro-Am class. Over to the amateurs we go, and of course it is Jed Cotterman in dominant form, 438 points, multiple top 10s already this season. He'll be looking to get another one here tonight in Cheese Country of Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. His son, Jacob Cotterman, sits P2 ahead of Chet Miller, with James Leneven and Greg Lawrence for our top 5. Jody Nelson ahead of Brandon Herzing and Jonathan Swan, with Trevor Thomas and David Vulper for the top 10. And then over to our GT4 class, and Jim, it is the Cole Malley show this season. 94 points is the championship standings difference between P1 and P2. Cole is 3 from 3 this season. He is undefeated in the GT4 class, and he's on the road to winning that GT4 championship this season. Matt Lass, P3, Michael Smith, Brian Lavrisa, ahead of Corey Patton, Brandon Bassina, Chris Crondon, Aidan Kiley, and John Voigt make up the top 10 for the GT4 class. And just to speak on that dominance of Cole Malley for a moment here, getting into unprecedented territory at this point, Jim. If he can go 4-0 here tonight and 5-0 next week, I feel like we're already going to be etching his name into the trophy, because without him, it would take him missing rounds or to have a completely cooked couple of rounds for him to drop that lead that he's got. It's happened before in other leagues, but the way that Cole's driving, the way he's approaching his racing, it's not looking likely that he's going to drop that lead anytime soon. No,
I agree. He's looking strong. I guess probably better get this grid going here, as big as it is. It's a long one to get through these.
It is a large one. We've got a full lap, though, for us to run through it. Ricardo Delgado, championship leader, starts ahead of Nathan Biggett on the front row of the grid. It's the battle of the US car manufacturers, Corvette versus Mustang on that front row. Lance Campbell will line up alongside the Pro-Am driver of Michael Caffrey. It's an all Pro-Am second row of the grid, so pole position in P2 on the front 2 rows. Works out well for them. James Leneven and Zach Houston then for our top 6 cars on the grid this evening. Leneven starting pole for the amateur class ahead of Jed Cotterman in P7, with Derek Fulker making up our top 8 positions here for the 4th row of the grid. Over to row 5, it is David Vulper who had a less than optimal race last time out at Mexico City. We're hoping for improvements here tonight, especially with his traffic management skills. He'll start just ahead of David Steiner for our top 10. And an all David, fifth row of the grid. To row 6, we have Chad Gross starting ahead of Kurt Basler, the German, in P12. And he's shown good pace thus far this season on board that Porsche. He'll be hoping to maximise here tonight out at Elkhart Lake. Harrison Holiday starting ahead of Stephen Smith for the 7th row of the grid, making up our top 14. Stephen's had an up and down season thus far, as is Harrison. Both of them are looking for improvements tonight. Jacob Cotterman will start alongside the debuting Jack Anderson for the top 16 positions here on the 8th row of the grid. Adding a 4th Australian to the grid tonight is Mr. Anderson for our top 16 cars. To the 9th row of the grid, it's Jordan Butler starting alongside Brandon Herzing for the top 18 cars. We know Brandon's got some good pace as well. Jimmy's had some good performances throughout the seasons of GT Challenge. We'll be hoping for another one here this evening out at Road America. 10th row of the grid, Guilherme Oliveira returns alongside Chet Miller for the top 20 cars. We'll see if the Brazilian can show some of that spazam that he's shown before here for us in the GT Challenge, but it's going to be a tough night for him. Spazam.
All right.
I don't know what that word is. I'm making up words at this point. Lorenzo Araujo will start alongside Scott Petrone then on our 11th row of the grid for the top 22 cars. To the 12th row, we have Justin Bock ahead of Greg Lawrence. And I think Justin's looking through those binoculars of where he should have qualified, because ultimately this will be a disappointing qualifying for him. He knows he should have been up in the top 10. He hasn't put the lap together here tonight. To Justin Welsh starting alongside Ty Baxter then for the top 26 cars for the 13th row of the grid. Down to row 14 we go. And we've got Francis Crosby starting alongside Jason Holland then for the top 28. We'll see if Holland can slap shot himself forward here tonight and up towards the top 15. Marc Ogier will start alongside John Swan then for the top 30 cars on the 15th row of the grid, ahead of Eric Cruz and Cole Malley, the pole sitter for the GT4 class here tonight. Now, those GT3s who did not qualify will start ahead of Cole, but he has put the car in 32nd position. Timothy Schaefer ahead of Matt Lass then for the 2nd row of the GT4 class here this evening, ahead of John Voigt and Corey Patton then for the top 36 cars amongst them. It's then to Cameron Oldfield alongside Aidan Kiley for the top 38. Aidan looking like a substitute sports teacher there out of P38, I noticed. Chris Grondon, Brandon Bassina for our top 40 cars on the 20th row of the grid. Herschel Lawrence will start ahead of Daniel Schmoll, who failed to get a qualifying time in, but he will start ahead of the GT4 class here this evening. And then to the final few cars on the grid, Michael Anderson, Weston Adams for the 22nd row, and to the 23rd and final row, it is to Brian Lavrisa and Eric Fernandez at the back end of town now. Weston Adams, Cameron Oldfield have not made the grid tonight, Jim. One of them, Cameron Oldfield, will be starting out of pit lane. Adams, I don't think is starting the race out of that GT3 AM class. So there's been a little bit of differential between those in the field. But for the 11 GT4 cars that will start on the grid, they'll start, of course, offset to the GT3s. For the 33 GT3 cars that are on track, well, they'll run around Canada Corner up through Thunder Valley into the final corner, and they'll start their race in only a moment's time.
Yeah, good job on that grid. Given enough time, you get to have some fun with that. You even make up words and stuff. It's great.
I know. We're making up languages at this point, Jim. Making up languages.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think the word I wanted was maybe panache, but I might be wrong, so I don't know.
I liked it, whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was now, but I liked it.
I think it was Shazam. Maybe I was thinking of Shazam.
Yeah, maybe.
Showing us some Shazam this season. Safety car in the pit lane, no. And as they rise up towards the highest point of the whole circuit, 160 feet elevated above sea level, and down towards the start-finish line, it'll be 5 lights here at Road America, and Delgado gets us underway in the run down towards turn 1. The GT4s will begin their climb up towards the line as well, as they're about to start their race too. And finally, we can show both of them as the GT3s are running through turn 1. See if there's any moves already. I think someone just ran wide up there, Jim. There's a bit of gravel chaos thrown up in the air. Someone has gone off the road, and I think it was Greg Lawrence in the GT3 class. Someone else as well, maybe Michael Anderson down there as the GT4s enter turn 1 for the first time.
Yeah, we've got a good run here off got Delgado. Lance Campbell has jumped up there into second place ahead of Biggert. I tell you what, man, Lance Campbell he's no joke, man. He's dominated the last couple seasons in GT4, and his move into GT3 has been strong.
Bassina is off the road as well, down in the GT4 class at turn 3. So he's had to get himself going once again. Oldfield finally joins the grid, by the way. Schaefer's taking the race leaders. Kurt Basler's off the road in the GT3 class. Basler and Smith have come together down there. Just before, that's down at turn 6. And the run down towards 7.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a big moment for them. Eric Fernandez as well has been off the road. As is Jed Cotterman just before Speedville at the Carousel. So everything's happening on lap 1 here, Jim, but the leaders of the GT3 class, especially Delgado, they've kept themselves clean early on, and Cole Malley has just taken back the race lead in the GT4s, but that gravel on the road, that debris down there, that is going to have a massive factor throughout this race, so let's just wait and see who it's going to affect and how many more cars may end up off the road.
Yeah, we've got Derek Volker is up 3 spots.
Oh, David Volker, yeah. Well, he's just dropped. And it's down at, that's at Canada Corner. He's just gone round. So Vulpa is down towards the back end. Marc Ogier's gone off too. So multiple cars are getting loose down there. Biggest gainer thus far is taking advantage of all this is Francis Crosby. Up 10 positions already in this race and up to P17.
How about Daniel Small? Up 22 spots.
Oh, yeah, but technically he's also gotten past all the GT4s. So take away, 12 cars and he's up 10 as well. But man, oh man. Chaotic first lap here, Jim, and I barely know where anyone's position. Jack Anderson as well, up 6 on debut, inside the top 10 already.
Yeah,
so some great gainers off of lap 1.
For the guys that know Jack, he's fast for sure, and we got the chance to chat with him a little bit before the race started, and
he expected to be in last in the GT3 class, and we scoffed at him in that moment. So he's got a bit of pressure in behind him right now.
Yeah, I think we knew that wasn't going to happen. Looks like Biggert got back by Lance Campbell. I'll tell you what, man, Lance Campbell has really been impressive. The fact that he just jumped in these GT3s and started running up here with the likes of Biggert and Delgado and those guys, man, that's not easy to do.
No, it is not. It is a very, very difficult thing to do, in fact. As everyone continues to push on, Cole Malley, well, he's under pressure here in the GT4 class, Jim. He's got Timothy Schaefer right behind him as multiple cars are running it wide down there, including Baxter and Basler, who are both down the order now. Although Baxter's up 3, Basler down 12, Jacob Cotterman down 10 at this stage, so not the start that he would have hoped for in this race. And for Jed Cotterman, he's out already.
Not out, huh?
He's out. He's out. He's gone.
Oh, my goodness.
He's disconnected. So that is huge for the AM Championship this season.
Though? I thought he just spun.
I don't know. I'll find it. I'll find what's happened. So yeah, he jumped back to pits, and I think he's done. Let's see what's happened. So he's already spun at this point. So let's see if we can find a earlier moment for him to end up off track. As I think Eric Fernandez had a moment down there. Yep. So this was Jed heading off circuit. So there was all this absolute chaos in behind him. And so as he's coming down the hill, this is what's happened to him down and towards...
No contact.
Oh, he's lost the rear. And he lost the rear, dropped a heap of spots, and just had to wait. He had to wait for everyone to come past him. He then rejoins the circuit. So, he spun it. Oh, okay. So he's been frustrated by the fact that the turning circle has meant that he's respun, and he's called it at that point. So, well, when we get our graphics up for you as well, we'll see that Delgado and Biggert P1 and P2 in the pro class at this stage. Campbell, Caffery, Houston the top 3 for the GT3 Pro-Ams. It's Fulker who's in the top 3 for the pros. It's Loneven, Herzing, and Miller the top 3 in the amateur class. With the GT4s, it's Cole Malley to Timothy Schaefer and John Voigt in behind him. And Jim, if you look at this, GT4s, they're still close. It hasn't spread out just yet.
Which is rare. That's
very rare.
Not normally how that goes, but yeah, that's good to see. Let's see. I've got to go in and classify a few of these guys so we get the color coding, but we'll get that sorted this week.
I did send you the list, Jim.
But no, I loaded it. But like, if you look on, I don't know, on your timing and scoring, is David Volt showing in blue, or is he showing in black?
He's black. He's an amateur.
Right, but he's in a GT4 though, right?
No, he's in a GT3 car.
Oh, well, then that's why. Never mind.
He crashed.
Oh.
And dropped positions. That's why he's in amongst the GT4s.
Well, he's doing a good job back there then.
He's down 30 at the moment, just having to get back up the order. Justin Bock, who he said was looking ahead tonight from his start position.
He's up 8 already.
Well, he's up 8 already. He's doing well. He's Mr. Bock at this stage. We're right on board with him on the little screen. Just in behind, Jordan Butler as well on board the Ferrari. You know what, Jim? I was hopeful, and I was teased by it too. We mentioned last week we had no Audis in the field.
Yes.
And I know that our good friend Jack Anderson loves the Audi.
But he didn't.
Right?
He came in the Mustang.
He came in the Mustang, and I was so disappointed because I thought now is the time we're going to get an Audi on track because Jack loves it. And he even said, I might run the Audi. And then he sent me a photo of the Mustang. I'm like, you absolute pansy. You have completely gotten my hopes up for an Audi on track, and instead you brought a Mustang with you. So
yeah, what's funny is Tristan, who does some work here on the channel with us, we got some heat up here for the lead all of a sudden. Big ain't playing here. Tristan Herbst is also a huge Audi fan, and it's just funny. My two guys I work with, probably two of the most frequent guys I work with, are both huge Audi fans. That's pretty funny. To be fair,
like the Audi.
The very first GT3
it is a good car.
that I bought was the Audi.
You know what, Jim? Do I even own the Audi? Because I've never raced it. I've never raced it.
What?
But it's a great car. It's a great looking car. I don't even own it.
Do you at least own the Huracan?
I do own the Huracan. Okay. That was my go-to GT3 car for a long time. That was the car that I attempted the Spa 24-hour in.
Nope.
Well, we're going to have a twilight race tonight because the sun is beginning to set down at Road America, of course. So it's a twilight affair.
A more well-lighted place to
a well-lit track, maybe the Nürburgring.
That's about the equivalent, yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to work on putting these night races at tracks where we can actually see the cars. That would be great.
Yeah, send them to Barcelona. That's got lights.
Oh God. You know, of all
it's one of the few circuits that have lights, Jim.
Oh, Daniel Small's still flying back here.
Of course he is.
Well,
that man has got fantastic pace.
Yeah, I wonder what in the world happened tonight. Did he have some kind of qualifying band or something? Or?
Either that or he didn't. Oh, but he may have actually because of the incident last week.
Right.
In the stadium section where he collided with the Porsche GT3 car in his rejoin, so that may have given him a rear of grid.
Yeah, maybe so. And I could even call it a qualifying ban, which would be appropriate, and not banned, that's what I said.
Well, I mean, he could have been banned from qualifying.
That's true.
Corey Patton in the GT4
car.
Biggert!
He's gone.
He's off the road. Oh, Biggert's gone as well.
Look at him go. Right by. Man, nice pass.
So what has happened to Corey Patton to end up off the road down at turn 1? So he had a GT4 behind him.
Apparently
so
he's still going off track over and over again.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if he's actually had an issue, whether it's a VR issue maybe or a screen freeze, and he's just gone off the road. Very awkward moment there for Corey Patton. Just to get himself rejoined once again. Of course, it is still the Cole Malley show, though. 1.7 seconds is the gap. Back to P2 in class. David Vulper's trying to make his way through as someone, I think it's Corey Patton, has just got himself a meatball flag and he's just put it into the tyre barrier, Jim.
What in the
So
world?
not this is down at turn 4.
He's got
under brakes. He's gone. I think he does. I reckon he's got either, depending if he runs VR or screens, he's either had a VR freeze or he's had a screen freeze and he's just gone off the road.
Okay, I was seeing if he was running a camera so we could get a look, but he is not.
Oh, Jim, it just feels right to have the double screen back again, doesn't it?
I tell you what, to be honest, that track mount needs to go though.
Turn it off then.
I am. There you go.
We need to get Jim. We need to get you to layer your overlays over
Here we go.
the
Go see what happened to
double
Chad
screen.
Gross, would you?
Yeah, let's see what's happened to Chad.
Stop dogging me about my layering.
Oh, I've taught you so many things, Jim.
You have.
So what's happened to Chad down here? So
Cynicism is one of them that you taught me.
he was in front of Anderson and he lost it in front of him. So Anderson
was hard on
played the smart play.
That was
He
about
played the
worst
smart
rejoin,
play.
too. Oh my God.
It was. He played the smart game of just slow up, not push it too hard, and just try and take avoiding action as best he could. But now he's got a whole pack of cars behind him, including the Brazilian in Guilherme Oliveira. He's putting all sorts of pressure right now. That's a great name.
Chet Miller back
Phenomenal name.
in the Corvette. He's actually down a spot with Francis Crosby is just in front of him.
Can we get the grouped headers, Jim, so we can see the GT4?
Yeah.
What's it called? Standings as well.
Yeah. It's so back and forth on what people want.
I just prefer the grouped headers. I think it looks nicer.
I like the group headers, but then people say they can't tell who's battling who on track.
Well, we could set it so if it's... Well, it doesn't matter who's battling who on track. They're scored within their classes. They're not scored on an overall.
But they see a battle on track and they don't know who it is. And you can't please everybody, you know. It's one of those situations.
That is very true.
And then I got leagues that want it one way, leagues that want it the other way. I mean, if it were me, I prefer the tower, the group, the class headers like this myself.
It shouts multi-class racing more to me than having them together. Now, what would be cool is if we could do what they do in IMSA, where we could show off, like, we could show all 4, and then we could select to show 1, or we could select to show 2, you know, and actually it'll be like, these are all the GT3 classes, here's the GT4 standing. You know how they change it every so often? Yep. That would be cool.
Yes, that would be cool. Which is probably doable.
Actually, no, it would be doable. You just change the class sets. So you would set up multiple class sets where class set 2, for example, would have, you know, so many cars in their class, and then the others would just be sets of none, so it only shows, you know, 2 lists of car classes.
Right.
There would be a way to do it.
What in the world happened to Delgado?
Well, he has lost the race lead, and I'm trying to find what's happened to him.
We saw that. We saw when Biggert got by him, but all of a sudden he's now down in 4th place.
I wonder if he's saving fuel.
Is there no incident showing up with his name?
No, there's no incident. It is literally just he's been passed by Nathan Biggert. So I'm doing a bit of a search for us here to try and figure this out, because how he's lost this race lead, I'm unsure. Great to have everyone in the chat with us once again as well. I'm watching along with us too here tonight as well. Good banging racing, great track.
And Campbell passed him, so I'm gonna go back to that real quick and let's just see if there was an incident here. Of course, my famous slow speed replays for you. So
it means it slows us into it, drifts us into it.
So it looks
So
like
Delgado's already been past at that point.
okay. I mean, he just kind of got drafted down the straight, and they got on side of him, and he put a tire off track, so it kind of slowed him up slightly, and they just kind of freight trained on by him there. Campbell followed Folker through there, and
Of course, plenty of action that's been happening all throughout this race already, and
I guess that's
we're only
Caffrey
16
right
minutes
behind him.
into it.
I mean, if you think about it, man, we got the top 5 cars here, you know, all within about a second and a quarter or so, maybe a second and a half.
Yeah.
Nice little group up here up front. Usually they kind of separate out a little bit. I'm pretty sure that Delgado is not going to want to stay in fourth too long here. He's not going to want to lose sight of Biggert that far. You know.
Well, when we head back to live, of course, he is under pressure right now from Caffrey and Houston. And Fulker has just been passed by Lance Campbell down the straight. So they're side by side at the moment as they run it down towards turn 1. And that battle continues on. But for Delgado, he's got 1.5 seconds, Jim, to catch up to those front 3.
Yeah,
he has to use all his acumen across the next lap.
He must have just had another little slip or something because that gap opened up pretty fast there.
Yeah.
I wonder if his car is a little angry, you know, just not handling exactly the way he wants right now. You know, we've got these changing weather conditions. As it gets darker, this track temperature is going down, and, you know, those are all, factors.
It's always a factor because it means that as the temps come down, the grip goes up, the cars get faster.
Right, but if he was set up for it to be a little looser, you know, or had it driving for hotter conditions, as Daniel Schmale just made up another spot. He's up to 15th overall now from the back of the grid.
Yes, indeed, as Justin Welch goes off the road down there at turn 7. So that car is off just before the carousel.
Good catch.
And dropping positions. But for Biggert, he has just caught, Jim. He's just caught the GT4 traffic now up towards the final corner.
Oh, my goodness. That's pretty fast, man. We're only 9 laps into this race.
He comes up the hill past pit entry, and Biggert is pushing on for another lap here. Lap 10 of this race now. He's just begun.
Of course, SDK is going to be difficult on our first night back with picture-in-picture.
I was going to say, are you on live or are you on replay?
Oh, no, I'm on live. Why is it doing that? Apparently adjust that as well. Well, let's just see here. I'm going to jump out of this picture-in-picture for a minute.
So right now, to give you so you can track where you are, Jim. So the race leader at the moment is just come underneath the Corvette sign up at turn 6.
I'm pretty sure it's live. It's just it gets stuck in this.
It's not. So at the moment, he is up at the carousel.
Well,
might have to reset SDK.
Yeah, let's see. Let me try to do the reload overlay thing first. See if that does it.
Because it's still claiming it's stuck in. It's on replay at the top.
Yeah, no, I know. You're sure about position on track though, because it normally.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm sure. Right. He's down at Canada Corner now.
This is where we're at on the action. So we'll just broadcast this for now.
Yeah. Well, it's all happening.
Yeah, it's exactly
at this stage, and it's been going on for Well, at this stage of the race, 20 and a half minutes now. And we've just made 10 laps of this race. And for the race leader, it is all on the line for him. Wants to try and make up points that he's dropped over the last few weeks. Of course, Bigot missing Mexico City last time out when we went racing. And we're just going to have to do a quick reload of the session.
It won't affect
Jim.
y'all. You will still watch it. Just
Yeah.
we just try to reload the software.
Yeah, I'll just reload everything and head to
and
work.
again.
Yeah, technology is a great thing, Jim, when it works properly.
Well, I mean, look, the reality is that we are sitting here watching live racing, and we're broadcasting live racing across the internet.
It's live TV, you know, things
from
happen.
People all over the world. We've got people in here from Australia and New Zealand and Brazil and Europe, and I mean, it's, you know, it's really quite a wonderful time we live in.
Well, there's a hot little battle pack just starting to form, Jim, in the battle for P9 as well. Anderson's being put under pressure here as they try and traverse the GT4 traffic with Oliveira, Holiday, Bock, and Butler in behind him.
It's actually a nice group of cars there.
He picked up that Porsche GT4 car at the right time. That's actually built him up some nice little gap now over Oliveira as they traverse the GT4s around the carousel. He has got 15 seconds up to the next car on the podium for the Pro class here tonight. How's Anderson if he wants to try and take home a P3 or better? For Campbell, Caffrey, and Houston, they are the top three of the Pro-Am class at this stage. Crosby doing pretty well for himself as well inside the Pro class. Is up 11 positions here tonight into P16 overall. Daniel Schmoll up 28 positions overall tonight after gaining 12 through the qualification process of starting ahead of the GT4 cars, which has been great to see from his perspective throughout this race. But old Jim, when the sun goes down at Road America, the temps come down as well, but the pressure goes up because in the shroud of darkness, you're not quite sure where you might find a spun car, if headlights get taken out as well. That's going to be a big thing tonight, Jim. If cars make contact and they lose the headlights, they're going to have to come into pit lane to fix their car because they're not going to be able to see anything. The track is not self-lit. There are no track lights around here. You heavily rely on your headlights. And if you make front to rear contact or you hit the front at all and you lose the headlights in these cars, you need to come into pit lane and you've got to get it fixed up because otherwise you're going to be driving blind out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's absolutely true. And this is, this is a dark circuit kind of out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. So.
Oh, that's right. You know, in the middle of nowhere in the woods in Wisconsin. It screams, serial killer place to be. I mean, it's almost eerie with the amount of forestry around here.
Oh, man. I have to say, this is beautiful country up here, though, in this part of the United States. It's cold in the wintertime, but it sure is beautiful in the summer. And you got the Wisconsin Dells up there, which, it's beautiful summer, like watery type vacations. And you're right there on the border of Canada as well. Schmall is flying. Look at this. I mean, it's obviously a GT4 he's passing there, but well, speaking of GT4s, how's our GT4s doing back there?
They're not doing too bad. They've just started to spread out. Brian Lavrisa has just come out of pit lane, by the way, for a drive-through penalty. And there's actually been an issue on the exit of pit lane where Lorenzo Araujo has actually passed him in pit lane and cut him off right on the exit. And but Lavrisa was not happy with him. He flashed the absolute hell out of him, Jim, right on pit exit because he was not happy with the pit acumen of Araujo as he exited pit road. I'll find it for you so we can show it off.
Well, that needs to be adjusted, doesn't it?
There we go. Anderson's also been in pit lane as well, by the way, for his first stop here tonight too. So we'll see where he ends up after being inside of the top 10. So let's watch for Araujo to exit pits.
You can see
just at the top there of pit lane as well, we can see that is where Lavrisa is. So Lavrisa's coming down lane. look what Araujo does. He's alongside him. Technically, he actually has to filter in behind Lavrisa. What does he do instead? He speeds up and then cuts him off right on pit exit. That is a no-go in pit lane procedure, and you can see Lavrisa just giving his disdain for that moment there and the choices of Araujo in the Porsche.
Well, that could end up resulting in a post-race penalty, too.
Fulker, by the way, fastest lap of the race, 202.6 on the last lap time by. So he is currently chasing down the race leader in Nathan Biggett.
No surprise there that these top couple of guys.
Really.
No, I was going to say, no surprise that these top couple of guys did not pit on that lap when the majority of the GT3s did.
We know Biggett. He often goes a lap or two longer normally.
Yeah, always.
On his stint.
But all these guys do. I mean, Delgado, Michael Caffrey certainly done that. All right, what in the world? I always miss when something happens to Lance Campbell. How did he get down in 7th place?
He's pitted.
Oh. That's how.
He's been in pit lane.
I miss those incidents every time.
Fulker and Biggett into pit lane. Yeah. By the way, oh my God, that was a very, very fast pit entry for Fulker. Barely got it pulled up by the cone. It did not get him with a black flag. We'll see if it does when he exits pits. Man, that was close. That was super close.
Was it that crazy close? Show it again.
I'll find his entry and we'll have a look. Derek Fulker entered pit lane.
Should be right there.
Let's watch this back. So let's watch his run up the hill towards pit lane.
Yeah, this ought to give you a good indication.
So as they come up the hill, watch the gain he gets on pit entry. So Biggett starts braking. Look at that. He gains about 3 car lengths on pit entry.
But, hey, if he got it woed up and gained that much time, that's what it's all about, though, man. That is
it is.
That is executing.
Although Biggett has gained bulk time on pit exit, 4.7 seconds. He was 3 seconds faster than Fulker in pit lane and only took a 2-second faster pit stop.
Wow.
As Caffrey now drops some spots as well, so some early losers in terms of positioning here as Bock is about to exit pit lane. He'll drop a spot once again. We'll see if he'll stay out ahead of Guilherme Oliveira. Wait, where is Oliveira? Oh my God, he's taken tyres.
What?
He has a 34-second stop. He's taken tyres, Jim.
Oh my word.
It's either that or he burns the absolute hell out of his fuel.
No, in no way you could burn that kind of fuel.
Oh, no. Tyres will be 22 seconds.
No,
so
they're a little more than that, aren't they?
No, they're 22. I found this out the other day. They're 22 seconds to cover tyres.
So
he's had extended time in pit lane. I'm not sure for what. It wouldn't be a stop hold being 34 seconds.
No, definitely not.
I wonder if he maybe missed his box
or something. I mean,
well, hang on. He has a 49-second pit lane traverse. I wonder if he's actually had a drive-through. That may have been. He may have had a drive-through. He may have actually gotten an incident in pit lane and then has had to drive through pit lane. That's why he's down the order.
Well, that is his second stop, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so. Yeah. Interesting. Well,
it's interesting how that happens.
After these. The pit stops have all shaken out up here at the front. Of course, the GT4s are yet to come in. They probably won't have to pit for another 10 or 15 minutes.
They often, although half the field of the GT4 class have been in. Lavries is now back in pit lane, by the way. He's just driven straight back out again for his actual pit stop. The race leader of the GT4 class, Cole Malley, well, we know often at times he only needs one pit stop to get home. So he'll push on now probably for the next few laps before he actually does enter pit lane for the first time here tonight. We're right on board with Daniel Schmall, who's up inside of the top 10 now for the GT3 Pro class. Has he already fought? Yeah, he's already pitted actually. So he has already pitted. He sits P6 in his class at this stage.
Right behind Justin Bach. They've had some good battles too. through this season and last
Oh,
season.
they have indeed. They've had some great battles between them.
So
the Acura and the Beamer, and they've got Butler in behind them as well, the Englishman on board that Ferrari. So this battle is looking to heat up between the three of them.
Yeah, this is good little battle right here. Even though the Butler's in a different class, but I kind of discount that. I mean, that's fine for points, but the bottom line is, man, racing is racing. These guys are all out here racing each other and having a good time. As Brandon Herzing just went flying by Crosby there.
He absolutely sent him down there. They've got Jacob Cotterman in behind as well as Lorenzo Araujo as well.
Butler just got by Schmall. What is going on here?
Oh, what has happened to Schmall?
I don't know, but Herzing got by him, and then he gave.
Oh my God, that car looks so loose.
Schmall.
That car looks so loose. Yeah, it looks so loose down there. Let's see what's happened to him on the small screen. This will give us an indication of what happened.
I like it.
On the small screen. He did
have a crash, though, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see what's happened. So, Butler, oh my God, Butler just bound in and then gave him a knock, and he's then redressed the position to him. So,
he gave it
Butler
back.
actually waited for him and gave it back, but he's given up 2 spots in the process, which has then allowed the Corvette of Herzing to really put some pressure on him as well.
And Crosby's in there as well in the Mercedes.
So we're right on board with Brandon Herzing on the small screen amongst this.
I have no idea how tall or big Crosby is, but you look at him, he just looks like the kind of guy you want on your side in a bar fight.
He looks about 6'2" at least.
He does look like a big guy. He looks pretty thick-shouldered, but he just looks like the kind of guy that you want on your side in a bar fight.
Well, I can tell you what, I guarantee you that that Daniel ahead of him, probably on the shorter side, based on his namesake.
Schmall. Okay, I'm good.
Tell you what, there's someone who you may not want in a bar fight with is Jacob Cotterman, built like a tree branch that's fallen on the road.
Oh, I would use him as a stick, hit people with him.
I feel like a pool cue is probably the right way to describe him, as he tries to go around the outside of Araujo.
Also handy in a bar fight, though.
He is very handy in a bar fight, to be fair. So Cotterman on the outs and the inside now of Araujo down towards
right here, actually.
turn 4.
Let's see what the chopper sees here. Sees 2 pair of headlights because we're in the dark on a track that has no lights.
It does indeed. He gets the job done, though, does Cotterman. And now pushes on, but he's got Araujo right on his rear tail. And for Lorenzo, he'll be hoping to just maintain the pressure on Jacob, try and get that move made again and get back past him on the road here tonight. As Harrison Holiday, I believe, has caught the back end now of Anderson inside the top 10 as well. We've got Campbell in the back, and Elgato as here comes Araujo on the inside on the carousel on Cotterman. Cotterman forced to the outside here. Can Araujo get the run? He can't quite do it. Don't go for it to the kink. Don't go for it to the kink, please. My God. Somehow, some way, they made it through clean. Bit of help there from Cotterman just to let him go. Smart move from Jacob.
I think
didn't want to have to push it too hard.
Your boy Jack here's in the middle of a little heated battle there. It backed off now, but by the way, Jack's up to 8th place overall. And
and 4th place in the pro class.
Yeah, up 8 spots. Again, no surprise, man. This dude's he's fast, man. He drives supercars. If you can get around in one of them supercars, you can certainly get around in a GT3 because, if we're being realistic, a supercar is just like a really harder version of a GT3 to drive.
It's a GT3 with hardly any aero, no TC, no ABS.
Right, exactly.
And a sequential box instead of having a paddle shift. Basically a GT3 car. But no, it is. I mean, the difference being, though, Jim, is that with supercars, they're a parity-built car, obviously. So both cars are pretty... the chassis of both cars is the exact same. The difference is obviously the outside, the body of the car, and then the engine. But they're parodied engines, though. So the engines are made to be of a similar pace, even though they're different capacities.
Right. But yeah, the no traction control, no ABS in these big heavy cars. To me, I mean, I would say if you could drive a supercar, you certainly could jump in a GT3 and drive them. As Schmal
I
just
would
got
I
by
would
Justin
say
Bach,
I would say a supercar driver can drive a GT3. A
but not the
GT3
other
car
way.
driver
No,
can't quite be incredibly
no.
fast in a
I would say
supercar, but
that
they are
the
capable.
closest endurance car to being able to drive a supercar, if you're looking at full body cars, I would say would be the GTE car would be the closest.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they do have more aero, but
ironically, Jim, you know which modern GT driver, drove a season of supercars, full season,
I'm sure
back in
your
the early
I'm
2010s.
sure your buddy that drives for Porsche, Campbell.
No, not Matt. No, not Matt Campbell.
Oh,
Maro Engel.
why do I not know who that is? I feel like I
Maro
should.
Engel drives. Oh, so Maro Engel drives. He's a Mercedes driver. He drove for the Sun Energy car at Daytona, which has Mustard Will Power and Kenny Hubble.
Oh,
Previously, he's
okay.
driven the like snake skin, like yellow and like Grello.
Yeah.
Colored
The
Mac
yellow
as
and
well.
green. Yeah, I actually like
So
that
he
livery.
drove in supercars in the early 2010s when Erebus Motorsports made their deal with Mercedes to run Mercedes cars as part of the Car of the Future program in supercars. And because he's a Mercedes driver, that's why he drove for Erebus for a season in supercars.
So Steven Smith is just pitted in the GT4s. Who?
Well, in the GT3 class, he's a part of the
Oh,
GT3 Pro-Am class
why is
on board
he?
that Acura.
How is he just pitting now? You
He's
can,
been in multiple times.
has he?
Yep.
Because I'm showing
His
one.
last stop was 2.5 minutes. Now his last stop was
Oh.
2.5 minutes. He's already been in once. This is his
Oh,
second
it's because
stop.
I reset. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to reset. I hate that you lose that information.
I know. It's really unfortunate. We are past the halfway point of this race, though. 37 minutes, 50 seconds has already been cut down on the clock. We are 22 minutes away from the white flag, or possibly checkered flag if we're close enough at the end
Yeah,
to
maybe.
not have to do an extra lap.
So we're riding on board up here on the big screen with Derek Folker and about a half a second behind Lance Campbell trying to close that up.
I've just seen that Herschel Lawrence apparently has had an off-track in and amongst the GT4 class. It's another off-track for the McLaren driver as well.
There he goes. Yeah.
He is really struggling out there
Well, there's no lights.
in the shroud of darkness.
Probably not it. In the
Let's
shroud.
see. So he went
Oh,
went
no.
round.
Oh, I thought he did it
at turn
again. I
5.
didn't realize
No,
you
no.
set the replay up.
I did.
Hey, look,
So he went
somebody
round
put
at turn
spotlight on
5. Yeah, they did. Showing off his car, and then he got going again. And I think he's had another incident up at the top of the hill. So this car is not a healthy run. There it is. There he runs it wide up there. So and he's continuing to have off tracks at the moment for Herschel. So he's trying to learn at this stage. Francis Crosby into pit lane for his second stop of the race now. So we expect more and more stops to come from the GT3 drivers in the field. Daniel Schmall is now up to P9 overall, by the way. P5 for the Pro class, up 33 positions overall after the qualifying reset, though. He is technically up 21 positions because of the 12 GT4 cars.
Fantastic.
That's a fantastic
we know he's
effort.
one of the fastest guys in this field, though. I mean, he absolutely is one of the fastest GT3 drivers in this series. To be honest, if there wasn't so many cars on track to focus on so much action, it would have probably been fun to watch him run up through the field. You know?
Oh, more than likely. It would have been a great showcase if he could have done that. Francis Crosby, by the way, has just had to jump back to pit, so he's had another. He's actually got a black flag, I think, for speeding in pit lane. So I think he may have actually just pulled it for the night.
Oh.
No, it ain't. Unless it's a stop hold, then it would, but he still has to wait for the tow. So that is Francis Crosby's night done and dusted.
Yeah.
Small is now in no man's land down here through the. Oh my God, Lance Campbell! Lance Campbell's just gone round. Yep, down at the final corner, Lance Campbell has gone around the back end of that car, has got massive damage on it.
Does it? I didn't see him
It
hit
does.
the wall. Oh,
He's been
he got
clipped
helped.
by the BMW. I
Who
think
was that,
of
Steiner? No.
Yeah, it's Derek Fulker. Derek Fulker has helped him round, and he's backed it into the wall down there, right in front of pit lane.
Oh my God!
And oh my God, Michael Caffrey had to take evasive action. Campbell trying to get it spun round. He's finally got it in pit lane.
Oh, that's okay. That's what we saw him.
But man,
Oh my gosh!
that is a real heartbreak for Campbell. Luckily though, he can get his second pit stop done now and get home. But yeah, it's heartbreak for Lance, because that could have been a race win in class if that had not happened. And Fulker may have answering to do later on in the piece as well. We expect it to be a post-race penalty if there would be one to come.
Yeah, it would definitely be post-race. So I'm going to look at that from on board, from Fulker's point of view on the big screen here, I think. So let's do...
As Holland is now just behind Mark Ogier and Lance Campbell now. He's just exited pit lane, so he's got that car fixed up. This is what happened with Derek Fulker and Lance Campbell. So they get around the GT4 traffic.
Slowed there a little bit. Oh, he wiggled.
He did slow. Yep. He wiggled, and then he's just absolutely dumped him out of the way and put him into the wall.
I mean, that was aggressive terms you used there for that. I mean, when you're that close to somebody, it's hard when they make.
Well, I mean, he could have. Well, so the reason I say that is right. So he's out wide. He's on the ripple strip. Why are you sitting right on his rear? You've got how many feet to the right hand side of you that you could give him?
Yeah, but you're gonna run wide out onto the curbing there, just to get a good run out of that turn. You're going to pinch yourself off. You're not expecting him to slow. You're expecting him just to follow him through the corner.
No, I know, but even just to try and turn the car to the right, to avoid him knowing that he's going to have to rejoin the circuit.
Well, I mean,
I'm not saying it was a malicious moment. It wasn't malicious.
No, I don't disagree with that. But just that was, I don't know. Your words hurt me.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I just found that. To me, that was a racing incident. I wouldn't say he dumped him necessarily. I mean, ultimately that is what happened. But if Campbell doesn't slow there, then it's not an incident.
I think it's a very unfortunate one.
From earlier, Cotterman never did come back in the race, did he?
No, he's not. He's out. We've had a couple of drivers out thus far. Cotterman, Anderson, Gross, Patton, Miller, Lavrisa, Lawrence in pit lane. So this is likely his race done and dusted as well. So we've lost 7 cars thus far out of the 46 total that were on circuit tonight. Nathan Biggett sits with a 6.6 second lead over Ricardo Delgado as David Steiner is off the road. Right in front of the fans. I think, is this just before the carousel? No, it's after the... Where is he on track at this stage?
Jacob Cotterman getting by.
Oh, it was at the kink, so it was just after the carousel. It was at the kink, I think, maybe. No, I was wrong. It was the midpoint. It was turn 5. Okay. Yeah. That's my fault.
So we just saw Jacob Cotterman get by Jordan Butler there. Not a pass in class, but nevertheless a pass, which puts
making moves.
Jacob up to 13th overall, and he's right on the tail of Herzing, which would move him into second in class.
So we expect a couple of pit stops to come our way very shortly, Jim. Those that pitted on lap 11, we expect in the pit lane. The highest position of which is Jack Anderson in P6 at this point in time. We expect Biggett, Delgado, and Fulker and Caffrey to go to lap 46 before their pit stop. Schmall should be going to lap 44. 24. Sorry, that's my mistake. Lap 24. The other car's lap 26 is what we expect of him. Anderson's going to go again, though. So he's still able to push on at this stage. Everyone else continues to ride with them.
I wonder what his status has been, if he's been pushing or if he's been somewhat, coasting it in and out, or, coasting it in and saving a little fuel.
He's just given up a second to Schmall on that last lap. So I wonder if he's although he's just had to traverse GT4 traffic, so I think he's just trying to keep it clean and keep it consistent and maybe save the fuel where he can.
Well, I mean, given the fact that this is first week in this series, and he does not have a lot of experience running around a lot of these guys either. So
he has no experience running around any of them.
Yeah,
he's probably
unless
he's randomly been an official with them. He's never had any league running with them. So the only time he would ever have possible experience with them. Oh my God, Schmall has just absolutely sent a GT4 car. My God, I thought that was going to be a murder mystery solved right there.
Did he hit the car or no?
He didn't hit him, but he sent him. He didn't want to have to wait behind the GT4 down towards turn 8 because he didn't want to have to give up any more time to Anderson that he's just chased down. So
this here?
This is no, he's already gone past him at this point. No, he hasn't gone past him yet. No, they're about to. So no, he's already gone past him at that point. That's at the carousel. So it'll be up the hill, bit further back, Jim.
Well, I was just trying to quickly get there. I just tried to hit the 20.
That's okay. So this battle's going to be on soon for P4 in class, and if Fulker were to get a penalty, it could be good enough for P3. So this could be a podium on the line right now, Jim, if they decide to give Fulker a podium post-race for the contact.
I don't see any way Fulker gets a penalty for that.
I suppose it depends on the ruling and how the rules are. If the rules state that the track's edge is the white line, then technically speaking, Campbell has no rights to the road. It's a very difficult one. It's a very, very difficult. It would be dictated by what the rules are.
I mean, did he go off though? Did he actually go off?
He was off track. He was over the white line. He was over the white line. With all 4 tires, he was over the white line.
Man, I'm going back to look at it one more time. Just
all
because.
Right. Let's go chopper cam maybe. That'll give us the telling. Because if he's, that's probably not the one we want. That's not the camera angle, I think, Jim. Oh my God. Seeing Caffrey just zoom past him as Schmall gets past Anderson now down at turn 8. Down at turn 5. So it's on between them for position. They've got Steiner in behind them as well.
See, it won't let me. It's not going to do it now. Watch when I jump back. It's going to.
Let's go. Here we go. Let's watch. So he has got all 4 tires off the road. He's off the road.
He is.
So technically speaking,
there's no way
he's got no right.
Penalty there.
I would. He had so much space to his right hand side. Even though
he wasn't obligated to let him back on the track.
Again, that's what I'm saying. That's dictated by the rules. It would be dictated by the ruling of if he has any rights to rejoin the circuit or not. But regardless, he still made contact with him. It's not like Campbell's moved over and come back on and then been spun round.
He did.
He has just hit him.
He came back on, and he got his rear end clipped as he was coming back on the track.
Oh, that would come down to a reviewer watching his onboard to see if his wheel turned to go back on the track.
Well, he clearly was coming back on the track because Fulker was on the track.
Yeah.
I just don't see that being a penalty. I may be wrong. I may be 100% wrong. Lord knows I'm opinionated, that's for sure.
I can see a world in which it is a penalty. I can also see a world in which it's not. It's a very hairy one.
That
I would say, Jim, it may be classified as a racing incident because I think both cars have some fault.
I don't know. In my opinion, and humble it is not. I just don't. I didn't see anything there that would indicate that Fulker did something egregious that resulted in a penalty. It
doesn't necessarily have to be egregious though. It just depends on what they choose is penalty worthy.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but. I'm glad I'm not the. Well, actually, and again, I obviously I'm kind of somewhat rooting for Lance Campbell, and not that they were even in class, I'm loving the Lance Campbell story, although it hasn't ended well. It didn't end well last week, and it hasn't ended well this week. Even though he's been insanely fast coming into this series, So I mean, I certainly didn't want to see that happen to him by any means.
Well, what we are seeing, though, is shrouded in darkness. We've got some great battles still happening on track. Basler in behind Scott Petrone further down the order on the small screen for you. And then the battle for P4 in the pro class between Anderson and Schmoll, as Swan and Baxter are battling two interclass battle for you between the AMs and the pro-AMs.
Anderson's picked up a little bit of heat from another Australian there in David Steiner.
He's got David Steiner right behind him,
So I don't know if he's going to have to start, watching out for Steiner here, although that's not a position on track. But, I mean, it is a position on track, but it's not a position
But it's not in the standings.
But
yeah,
you can't give it up, though, because you'll never catch Schmoll if you got Steiner in between. So you have to you kind of have to try to stay ahead of Steiner here if you have any hopes of running down Schmoll. Our leader up here, Nathan Biggett, he hasn't looked back since he picked up those few extra seconds on pit road, and he has just opened it up.
So I wonder now if they are actually going to need to pit for more fuel, Jim, or if they're able to save enough to get home. Because it's been back and forth the last few weeks, but we've had two stoppers, we've had one stoppers.
Yes.
So
yeah, and the thing is, it must be so close because, we've like you said, we've had a mix of both. If Nathan Biggett made it on one stop, that wouldn't surprise us terribly. We know his capability of saving fuel based on previous seasons that we watched him race. But there's some guys that have got by with one stoppers that are, in my opinion, as I see somebody's coming into pit lane. Who is that? It's Volt.
Kylie with a black flag. Vulpa is in pit lane as well. So there's actually a couple of incident point black flags being handed out. Araujo's got one as well.
There's been a lot of off tracks here tonight.
Yeah. Couple of drivers are stuck with off tracks and car contacts as well, and that's causing them to get over the incident limit to receive a drive-through penalty. That is knocking them back down the order here tonight. We can see that Steiner's now putting that pressure on Anderson once again. An inter-Australian battle. By the way, Jim, all three Australians in the top 10 at the moment.
That's true.
And all three Australians in the top 5 of their classes.
Yes. Well, I mean, to be fair, all three of those dudes are pretty damn fast. That'd be a pretty damn good endurance team right there. Those three.
Let's throw Philip Caffrey in there as well.
That'd be the strong ones right there for sure.
Oh, it would be. And so maybe starting to feel the pressure.
Back along on their back, man.
No, I've been classified as an American apparently, Jim, because I make the other people pay the PayPal fees.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I pay the PayPal fees for you.
Yeah. Oh, I was classified as an American when they're like, oh, you're going to make the other person pay the fee, and the response to the person that paid was, as a true American would.
Oh, that's how it goes. Okay, well, I didn't even realize that was us.
I don't know.
We got some heat right here. Look at this. This is
indeed Harrison Holiday
and Herzing. But you got Cotterman right there and Justin Bach. There's a group of them here. As we're down to about just slightly over 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes left in this thing.
So I wonder now how much the off tracks are going to start to affect drivers late in this race now, and
I think they are for sure.
And how much a late race black flag could ruin it for you.
Up for Oldfield down there. Look. He just grabbed a black flag as you said that. By the way, I just want to mention that Harrison Holiday referenced his gloves as vintage racing gloves. Because we were commenting on his gloves last week, I think it was, or week 4 or
that
whatever.
That man drives a a beat up Ford Mondeo with those gloves on, Jim.
No, he's got an old F-150 for sure. Yeah, got him an old F-150. Oh, Anderson's in to pit. Well, there you go.
He is in the pit, so
that answers that, doesn't it? But is it only him, or
has he pushed too much and he hasn't saved enough?
I mean, from you know him well, obviously, as we got Cotterman and Bach
if he knows the fuel save's on, he'll fuel save.
Right, and can.
He can.
Yeah.
He can indeed. So
that's what I was going to say. My experience,
barely anything, 4.1 seconds. So I think everyone may need a stop, and it's going to be a tight one in the final 4 minutes.
They better get it then.
Well, we'll see who else may need one. Will the race leader need one? With 4 minutes to go on the clock, it's going to be 2 laps to go. If he needs to pit, it's going to be on this lap. Because I highly doubt Jimmy's going to come into pit lane with a white flag out there.
I mean, no. I mean, I wouldn't save it for that lap because too much could go wrong.
That's right.
You know, and you can't recover from it. You get a drive-through penalty, then you can't recover because it's going to be 40 seconds.
That's right. Well, the top 3 have all stayed out.
Yeah,
so none of those guys are pitted. Caffery, will he stay out in the lead of the Pro-Am class, or has he been fuel saving this whole time?
Somebody's off.
Just got? Yep, that there was David Vulper in the AM class, who's just been lapped.
Yeah,
so Vulper off the road again.
Fair share of incidents this evening.
Daniel Schmall, will he come into pit lane? Or has he been fuel saving throughout this race? There are 2 laps to go for him. He has stayed out once again.
Yeah, they're not pitting.
It's going to be tight. Bach's got a black flag.
What?
Justin Bach has got a black flag for incident points.
Where did
so Bach's going to have to come into pit lane for a drive-through. Justin Bach has to serve a drive-through penalty.
Well, it happened right at pit lane, luckily for him.
Yep, with 2 laps to go.
I don't even see where he picked up an incident point, though.
It might have been an off-track. Basler's got one as well. Oh, no, it might not have.
Yeah, well,
there have been some where they don't show as an off-track.
This is what you were talking about, though, here late in the race.
It also could have been a minor car contact, a little 2X.
Yeah, it could have been.
That's putting him over the limit as well.
That could have been, yes. Well, he was battling with was it Jacob? He's either Jacob or Brandon Herzing. I can't remember which one, but he was battling just briefly before.
He was battling hard with them for position. And now for Nathan Biggett, final lap to come. White flag. He has stayed out again, so he's going to try and make it to the end on the one-stop strategy. As he's just made a lap 28. So he has saved, Jim, an average of 2 laps across this whole race for the race leader. Delgado continues on. Fulker will continue on as well. What about Caffery? He went 13 on the last stint. Can he go 15, or will he need a stop in this race? He will go again. Zach Houston, then the next one to keep an eye on too. Does he need a stop? No, he doesn't. He pushes on. Daniel Schmall. We'll check for him.
I would argue that most of these guys do not need a second stop.
Argue that as well. But only time will tell.
Harrison Holiday just picked up a black flag.
He did indeed. That's a black flag for Holiday.
Man.
I think Anderson just had an off track then as well.
These are brutal.
As Evans in for a stop. What about Jacob? He's saving. Herzing.
Is Jacob going slow?
Anderson is really pushing this car to try and get a top 5 tonight.
Yeah.
He is pushing this car to its absolute limits. Holiday's in for that black flag. Oliveira is having some blinking issues up ahead. He may get a disconnection here.
Oh, he is blinking.
This is huge. He is blinking bad.
Yeah, Harrison Holiday's in. Okay, well, that's, serving that penalty. So
Well, he's got to. If he doesn't serve it this lap, he's going to get a 40-second penalty at the end of the race.
well, I tell you what, man, Jack is close. He's
about 3.8 seconds away from the top 5.
Yeah, but
he needs that internet ping just to go off one too many times for Oliveira to get sent back to pit lane. For Nathan Biggett, though, dominance personified once again. He's come back into tonight, and he's taking home one hell of a race win. Up the hill he goes, 160 feet above sea level, and it's a race win at Road America for Nathan Biggett in the Mustang once again. Ricardo Delgado, fuel save this car, will maintain the championship lead here tonight. He will come across the line in P2 with Derek Fulker home in P3. Michael Caffery around the final corner on board the Mercedes AMG GT3 car, flashes the lights, does a bit of a weave. Race win for the Pro-Ams for Michael. Zach Houston comes across the line in P2, and behind him, David Steiner makes it an all-Australian podium alongside, not all Australian, but no, Zach Houston's an Australian. What do you mean, Jim?
He's not.
A double Australian podium for the Pro-Am class tonight. Daniel Schmall just had a massive off-track, by the way, down at the last corner, but he's kept it going. He's going to limp this car home in P4 because he's run out of fuel. Run out of fuel. Jacob got him. Yeah, Jacob's got past him into P7 overall. Schmall comes home in P8. Herzing.
You can see Jed
home in P9.
In the room behind Jacob there.
Justin Walsh makes up the top 10. Guilherme Oliveira is going to get home in P5 for the pros. Anderson on debut in a top 6 result. Has learnt the game of the fuel save action for the GT Championship. These guys love a fuel save. Leneven in P3 for the amateurs. Connerman gets himself a win. Bock and Butler make up the top 15.
I mean, I have to say that's a pretty good return on investment there for Jacob. He was third in class there. So he really did.
Cole Malley.
Yeah, of course, Cole dominating.
He's about to dominate again and get himself another race win in the GT4 class. 4-0
26
this season
seconds.
For Cole Malley. 26
over John Voight, who's freaking fast.
I can't wait for Cole to get put up to GT3s next season.
Because John Voight's fast. You remember? I mean,
he is fast.
Yeah.
He is fast. And I've had some conversations previously with the likes of Malley and even Aiden Kiley as well. We've had conversations, Jim, talking about the fact that, well, I actually believe, Jim, and I don't know what your perspective would be on this. I actually think we either need to move on the GT4 class and bring in another class, or move on the GT3 AM class and add the LMP3 as the top class ahead of GT3 Pro.
Well, if you're going to add the LMP class, you need to get rid of the GT4 class. I don't think.
Well, that's another opinion I have as well. I do think that if they're going to add LMP3, we go the GT4.
Yes, I would agree with that. But I mean, there's a sister league to this that does.
There is. It has LMP2s.
Yes, but they already have the likes of, wow. There's it's dark out there.
It's very dark out there, Jim. We may have to go to the formation lap to get the B-roll happening.
Oh, right. Let's get a look at the overall results here.
We'll get up our results screen for you. So it is Ricardo Delgado finishes P2 to Nathan Biggett in a dominating race win. Derek Fulker P3 for the pro class as well here tonight. Caffrey wins it for the Pro-Ams ahead of Houston and Steiner. Cotterman wins the amateur race ahead of Brannon Herzing and James Leneven on that podium as well. Hard Charger, of course.
Here. Oh, go ahead.
Daniel Schmall up 34 positions tonight overall, minus 12. It's 22 overall positions in terms of the GT3 class tonight. Biggett, 25 laps, most laps led every single one.
Yep.
Fast lap of the race. Derek Fulker, the 202.5, and then Pole position, of course, went to Delgado, the championship leader, but he has not taken home a race win. In fact, actually, I was wrong. Delgado did not, Bigot did not lead every single lap. There were 4 laps he did not lead throughout that
Yes,
entire race.
that was, I guess, when some other people did not pit, and
Yes.
he did. Anyway, so this is your overall results here in GT3 in the Pro category, and then we'll just shuffle through these real quick. And this is your overall results in
Pro-Am
the
class.
Pro-Ams and in the AMs.
Yeah. So Cotterman takes home a race win for himself, and then Cole Malley was our GT4 winner in the end.
Wow, look at that
as well
Weston
here tonight.
Adams hard charger there. Holy cow.
I know, up 37 positions.
And we didn't
apparently.
even, like...
I think that's lying to us, Jim.
That's got to be, right?
Because otherwise he'd be winning the race.
Well, that's true. Well,
Weston Adams was up 14.
Oh. Well.
But that's because he started behind the GT4s. He's only up 2.
Oh. Well, that went downhill quick, didn't it? And your GT4 winners here as well, your overall GT4 class. And,
well, speaking of GT4s, let's start by having a quick chat to the now 4-0 race winner. If oh no, you weren't at the formation lap, were you, Jim? Because you had to restart. So
no, I'm pretty much. I think I'm stuck here in the dark, man.
Well, that's do we maybe just want to show the results screen then?
Yeah,
and we can use that tonight once again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole Malley, 4-0 this season in the GT4 class. Welcome in, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, but what GT3 are you going to be driving next season, Cole?
Ooh, okay. So there's a part of me that wants to be a little contrarian, and we're assuming I'm going to be in the GT3. I hope I'm going to be in the GT3. I really want to be, but there's a part of me that wants to go with like the least driven one. There's also a part of me that to the Audi. No, I don't think the Audi is going to be in there because they have it's not a part of this league. Just because we have all the GT4s, but maybe that one or the Lamborghini. I love the Lamborghini,
which is the Audi. So they're the same car.
Well, of course, Cole, you and I are agreeing that we think the LMP3 should be added in place of the GT4 in the future.
Oh, I think that'd be very interesting.
Which, if we did that, it means we could have the Audi because we'd have 4 less car types instead.
Absolutely, that would enable that.
I mean, if I were voting, I would say that removing the GT4s and bringing in another class above would be one way to go. But then there's the other side of that the GT4s are a great place for guys to build their skills as they start to move up in the sports car ranks as well.
You know what else? You know what else would build it up for them, Jim? If we had obviously top flight GT3 classes, Pro Am, whatever you want, and then a legacy GT3 class.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. You know, you got all of that, and then you're going to bring in an LMP car.
No LMP. Change GT4 to a legacy GT3 class.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But there's a side of me that enjoys the GT4s. I just don't think that in this size field that you guys get the coverage you deserve sometimes. And in your case, you really don't deserve any coverage because if you're going to beat people by 26 seconds, you're not going to get a whole lot of camera time. If you want your sponsors to get some camera time, you're going to have to close the gaps up some.
That's fair. That's
for
fair.
The record, that's how it works. So, but congratulations again. It's been fun to see you develop over the course of, I guess, 4 seasons now. Going all the way back to that first season that you were in GT4, and there was some struggles along the way there, and then you switched. Didn't you switch to the Mustang when it first came out? And
yeah, that was just for one race because it had just released and it was the last race of the season. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, but it's really been fun to see you grow. You just beat John Voight by 26 seconds. John Voight is fast.
He is. I mean, I've watched him beat others in the Bite Point series that are in the Pro-Ams right now.
Yeah, yeah. And so what you're doing this season is fantastic. It's clearly showing that your work has paid off, and I know you don't get a ton of time, so you must when you do get your time, you must practice efficiently. So you want to reveal any tips about your practice regimen that might benefit people or something?
Oh, absolutely. I go through actually a pretty regimented
I'm not
process,
shocked.
which
Knowing you the way I know you now, I'm not shocked at all by that.
so the first thing I do is I go around the track a couple times really slow, just really slow, understand where the turns are, where the car is supposed to be, and go from there. And then I watch a video. Some guy who set a record-setting lap, which I'm never going to hit, but goodness that knows that I'm going to learn a good line from that. And then I go through and I practice it, right? Just 13, 14 laps, 50 laps, it doesn't matter. Just keep practicing. And you do it in small chunks every day, right? Because if you're going to do it for 4 hours straight, you're going to be so tired. But if you do it 30 minutes a day, that allows you to really focus on getting that good data in.
Do you use any telemetry or anything to compare yourself to other people and see where you're maybe not losing time through corners, or do you use any of that type of stuff, or no?
Oh, absolutely. Telemetry is super important. I use Garage 61.
Yep. Easy, free. It's actually free, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, no excuse. People can't say, "Well, I didn't want to spend any money," because it's all out there in Garage 61 for you to use. Do you use ghost cars or anything like that?
I use my own ghost cars. Honestly, I should use other people's. I just never looked into it.
Yeah.
But I really focus on turn to turn.
Well, and the telemetry is a great way to see what they're doing. For any of those of you who have not really tried an in-depth telemetry thing like Garage 61 or VHS, there's a ton of them. Coach Dave, there's a million of them out there. Watch a couple of videos and really dig into it. It's pretty cool. But anyway, Cole, I appreciate you sharing those tips as well, and congratulations on another win, man. You're you're killing it this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Say good night, Hamish.
Next up we have. I thought you were actually going to drag him, by the way, Jim.
Oh no, I
thought you might have.
I'm not even there.
Next up, we have our GT3 amateur winner here this evening in young Jacob Cotterman. Jacob, congratulations. Amateur win for yourself here tonight.
What is up?
Well, of course, a Pro-Am winning an AM round is...
Hey.
there,
No
Jacob.
break, huh?
I haven't got that promotion yet.
Promotion.
You took a
Jacob,
demotion.
you shouldn't have been demoted, Jacob.
Hey, I wasn't the one who did it. It was my dad. He did it all for me,
Oh, we saw him in the. So, go ahead and spill the beans. Did your dad have like a rage quit or what?
Oh yeah. So I spun too, and then he spun, and then all I heard was that he just said that he was done, and it was that. But I mean, when I spun, I was third to last in like the whole grid, and I made my way up to P7 overall. So like he could have done the same, and he's a lot faster than me. Who knows what he could have got?
Did you just say that? I
And
can't even
he had
believe
no
that
damage.
you owned that. You owned up to that, and you said that.
I did.
I'm not even sure who you are. So,
Man, I don't
real
even know.
quick,
I'm just tired.
You're right. Exactly. I must be tired. So, did you happen to see one of the reels I posted this week?
No, I haven't been on YouTube.
Okay, so it was. I'm not. It's on all the platforms, but I posted a reel this week from back a race or two ago, and it was where your dad. It was at Long Beach, and your dad got spun and kind of wrecked, and the front end was off his car, and he had. I don't know. There wasn't very much time left in the race, maybe like 5 laps or 7 laps or something, and we were speculating on whether he was going to be able to keep his lead over you. And during the commentary, Hamish said, yeah, he's 12 seconds ahead of Jacob or something like that. And I said, well, it looks like his son's going to be dancing on him again.
Yeah,
And so
I'm
that's out
dancing
there
on
now.
that right now.
That's out
He's
there.
he's asleep right now.
That's out there in the reels for the world to see. So make sure you go find that one and like it and share it and stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, apparently I didn't even know I said that. It just kind of came out. But so
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just like a natural,
yeah, yeah. It was just yeah, exactly. It was a natural thing. So congratulations, man! Great win for you tonight, especially after getting yourself in trouble early. Nice recovery there. Nice drive in the dark.
Yeah.
And
That's when I drive best, honestly. Like I have like the most confidence. Like I'm just more locked in. I'm in the zone in the dark time.
Interesting. Well, tell your dad to put the dark races at a track with lights so that we can actually enjoy the action too and not just see headlights going around the track. But
Yeah, I
that's a
got
different
you.
story for another time. But so congratulations, buddy. You got anybody you want to shout out to before we let you out here?
Yeah, I want to shout out, the Cotterman Racing team, and of course I want to shout out the admin box for always being by my side. And I want to shout out Taco Bell because they have the best grilled cheese burrito in the game.
There you go. They do have a damn good grilled cheese burrito. All right, buddy. We'll hopefully talk to you again next week.
Yeah, hopefully. What's next week?
Lagos,
Indianapolis.
90-minute race.
Indianapolis.
No, it's
Oh,
not
oh,
Indianapolis. It's
that
Lagos.
No,
Oh, no, it is Indianapolis. My mistake. I'm a
Interlagos
week
is in
ahead.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm a week ahead. My fault.
Yep.
oh,
So,
that's gonna be a tricky one, but I got this.
there you go. Practice, practice, practice.
Or I just won't practice and I'll still get P1.
There you go. All right. Well, we're going to let you go on
Jacob, I
that
can't
note.
wait for you to end up in the wall on the back of that comment there. Jacob Cotterman, the amateur winner here this week.
All right. Dragging our pro-ams.
Jed's going to dump him next week in Indianapolis. You wait, Jim.
Is Caffrey in
Michael
here?
Caffrey is indeed Michael Caffrey, our Pro-Am winner here this evening. Michael, congratulations. Pro-Am win for yourself. A top 5 overall as well. Congratulations on all the success here tonight. There was a wild moment where Lance Campbell got spun round off the final corner, and as you approached, you had to take some evasive maneuvers there to avoid him. Was there a little bit of rear end pucker at that moment, or was it just go for the gap and hope for the best?
No, I was concerned he was going to come back across the track because he was sort of in that gap, that time frame when he could have made the dart for it. I'd committed to the right, and he held there, so he probably knew I was chasing him down, so he knew probably I wasn't too far behind. So yeah, thanks for Lance for just holding that. Great race though, a great race at the front. Everyone was having a good go, but yeah, everyone kept it pretty clean as well.
We're starting to take over this league now. Michael. There's another Australian has joined the ranks. How many more of us do we think it'll take to finally get us a overall race win for our country and show the Yanks how it's done?
We're trying, Hamish. We're definitely trying. It was. Nate just had a bit too much for us tonight, and I had a couple offs there as well, so would have liked to been in the mix for it, but. So I'm just happy to get the win for the class. It's pretty good. Bank a few more points and keep moving forward towards that championship.
Well, it was a great performance once again. You extend your championship lead at this stage of the season. Indianapolis next week, obviously, tough circuit with its more roval style layout. Do you think there's going to be anything you need to work on heading into next week, or is it kind of a show up and hope for the best scenario again?
No, Hamish, I need to do a bit of work on Indy, I think. I haven't done too much there, to be honest. It's going to be interesting. I'll just see how I go. I don't think I'll be right at the front. There's a lot of guys that do a lot of those endurance races at the Indy, so yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, and the NASCAR races as well. So a lot of work for myself, I think. Dave wasn't too far behind, so good drive from Dave as well.
It was a great drive from Dave in the end there. We hope that both of you can get a good result in next time out in Indianapolis, and it's great for your guys' team to get a double podium here tonight as well. But Michael, let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go tonight. Any friends or family maybe watching, or maybe even any potential team sponsors as well.
Yeah, thanks, Hamish. Yeah, just a shout out to Dominate Racing team. That's our team. Dave Steiner, Phil Caffrey. Phil couldn't make it tonight. Bit of a shame. He's doing pretty well in that championship, but great race, Dave. Shout out to yourself, Motormouth Broadcasting, Hamish and Jim for the broadcast, and Jed for putting on the league. So thanks very much.
Thanks so much, Michael. Best of luck next week out at Indianapolis. We look forward to seeing how you go.
Thanks very much, Hamish.
Thank you. Next up this evening, we have our GT3 and overall winner here tonight in Nathan Biggett. Nathan, your return after what was have to be described a horrid race at Long Beach a few weeks ago. No running last week at Mexico City. You come in and you get a dominant win once again now that we're back on the US Midwest. Well, I'm going to assume is somewhat home soil for yourself, being that we're in the Midwest of the US of A. Talk us through for yourself, because it was a great performance once again, a great running for yourself, and really, really good speed in the end there, and you managed to fuel save that car home with one stop throughout that race.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest part of tonight. You know, it was a good race. Being up front helped a lot. The start was not as chaotic as it was for a lot of people. I went back and watched, and man, that first lap was crazy for GT4s and further back in the GT3s. So good qualifying made a huge difference. And then the fuel saving, I think I gained mostly everything that I got was on pit road. There were some fast cars out there tonight. I think Ricardo didn't want to lead. He was having to fuel save a little bit extra compared to me, but was able to get it done with extra fuel. You know, I was surprised that the white flag came out when it did, because I had been saving extensively thinking there was going to be one more lap. But we made it. Was able to cruise for the second half. I seen that Derek had messed up his pit stall. That's where he lost so much, because I was wondering how I gained so much on pit road, but he had to back up into his stall, and he also took tires, I think. So, but it was a good night. It sucked to miss last week, but I didn't have the track and wasn't going to have time to get it and practice and be ready to feel confident enough to be out there without, you know, causing accidents and being in the way. So I just decided to take the week off, but heck of a way to come back and return. It's great to get another win here in the series. Loving it.
Well, it's another great win for yourself. Crucial points gained. Indianapolis next week. Now, circuit that can often show quite a bit of difficulty for the GT3 cars. How are you feeling heading into that one when we head out to Indy?
I'm excited. I enjoy that track. I wish it was more popular than it is. I seem to love the endurance races they do there every year. What is it? I think it's 6 or 12 hours.
6 hours,
It's
yeah.
just a fun. Yeah, 6 hours. Yeah, it's a fun track, and it's a great multi-class track. You know, we've had a few tracks in here like Long Beach and WeatherTech that were really tough for multi-class, but Indy's a good one. Plenty of room, plenty of space to get around, and makes for some great racing, great battling. So looking forward to next week. It'll be fun.
Well, Nathan, we appreciate your time coming over to a quick chat to us. Congratulations on your race win once again. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to. For myself, Jim, and the rest of us here at Motormouth Broadcasting, congratulations once again on a dominant performance here out at Road America.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, huge shout out to you guys over at Motormouth. You guys do a great job. Love going watching the races and also jumping in and watching the streams once in a while when I have a chance. You guys really do a great job. Shout out to Jed for bringing me over into the series. He was originally in another league that I was in, and they shut down their GT3 road racing program. So he offered for me to come over here, and I really appreciate him allowing me to come over and have fun. Shout out to all the drivers tonight doing a good job. Appreciate everybody. My buddy Michael Caffrey, was hanging out with him throughout the race in Discord. He got a win tonight. And shout out to Dave also. He had to struggle with fuel, but he also, come home with a P6. So great job by him as well, making it to the end, having to save a huge amount of fuel. And all the fans out there watching, just love y'all. Have a good night. See you next week.
Yep. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Nathan. Really appreciate it. Best of luck next week out at Indianapolis. Well, Jim, that'll bring it into our race here tonight at Road America. Next week's going to be a tough one for these drivers when we go racing once again. Out at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, road course action still to come your way. Next time right here on the Ultimate GT Championship, brought to you by Full Throttle Nation as well as the Roasted Record as well. Head over to roastedrecord.com, use the code SIM20 to get yourself a healthy discount on your order. You can get yourself a brew and some tunes as well. Get yourself some nice coffee, find yourself a record that you may want to take home and listen to yourself on the vinyl player. As well to big thank you as well to obviously our stream sponsors too. Alongside the Roasted Record down in Florida, we have DRE Digital Race Engineer, Tyler Crew Chief. Give DRE a go today. They've got a free trial available for you if you follow the link in the description below right here on the Motormouth Broadcasting streams. And as well to Track Cams by Gourmet. They're the ones that help us bring the racing to life for you every single week right here on Motormouth Broadcasting. A big thank you for myself, Hamish Runner, and Jim Cunningham alongside too. Be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on the channel. Coming up for you tomorrow, it's double header action for Truck Series Racing, Oak House Truck Series, and the MVRL League returns as well with another race for their Truck Series 2. Bike Point Sports Car Championship returns on Friday evening as well, right here on the channel. So you guys can check all that action out across the next 3 streams.
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah, they're doing 90 minutes at Road America this week.
Wow.
So yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I'll check that one out. It's going to be a fun time for you. But until next week, we appreciate your time. Appreciate you for being here with us once again here on Motormouth Broadcasting for the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship. And until then, we appreciate your time. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.